Are we moving? I think we are. Hey everybody, I'm Eric Paskel, and it's an honor to be with you, and I hope you can appreciate that I'm doing something I've never done before. I'm messing with a computer. I'm filming this thing for you guys, and I'm running blind because I'm not even sure we're up and running. Having said that, here we go. We're going to do a little stretch today, and maybe 10, 15 minutes. And at the end of the stretch, I implore you to take a little sit with me and just go through what I call a mindful sit and finish this thing off. I promise you, most of your minds won't want to do it. Most of your homes will not want to allow you to do it, and you won't understand the benefit of it unless you do it. So I could take all kinds of time to explain to you what it's going to do, but I promise you that if you do it, I won't need to explain a thing to you because you'll have experienced it. And you need to understand this caveat, especially you Spartans who I love and revere and honor and respect so much for all your hard work, is that, I'm not a yoga guy. Never was, not now, and never shall I be that yoga guy. And here I am as the yoga man. So if we start to hang out together, hopefully you'll get to understand that the kind of yoga that I practice from a physical standpoint is different. It's not canned. It's not contrived. I'm a real human being. I'm no better or worse than any of you. Actually, I'm probably a lot worse than most of you. And yoga is about having the physical part fun and exciting, etc. Today we're just going to do a little stretch, but as we develop a relationship, we'll get into some fun stuff together, and hopefully while we're even stretching, we can have a good time doing that. With that said, we'll start in just a second. Please keep in mind the message today for all of us is that we are not really in that strange of a time per se. We know enough to know that, look, we're doing our best to be healthy, and we're doing our best to ensure health with other people. And that's something you Spartans and I and my community has been doing anyways, right? So what really matters in this time right now is the same thing that's always mattered in any other time in our life. And what is that really? It's peace of mind. It's having comfort in your own skin. It's being kind. It's understanding this world is constantly shifting and changing. And what do you really need to thrive in it? A little love, a little bit of shelter, a little bit of food, a little bit of community, and a little bit of fun. And most everybody that's watching this has all these things right now. So you have a choice. You can focus on all the things you can't control and all the hysteria around that, or you can choose to focus on that which you already have, which is the entire cake. So what if a little icing was taken away? I mean, I don't even like icing anyways. So with that said, let's do this thing. Very first thing we're going to do, and I'll move through it slow before we really get into some longer stretches, is just do a quick little warm up with some sun salutations. So I'm going to do this with you. I'd prefer if you listen to me, even if you've never done this before, you can't screw it up. It's screw up proof. As long as you're here and you're taking a moment of time to recognize all the goodness that you already have that's still around you, as long as you're having fun with this, as long as there's a little love with this, you can't mess this up. So I'm going to start going. I'll explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it. And you can watch me a little bit, but it'll be better for you actually not to watch me, but to listen and start intuitively beginning to move in your own way. Interpret these instructions in a way that you can. And I just realized that my wife has been using this setup, and she's about 5 feet tall. I'm about 6 feet tall, and now you don't see my head. So I'm going to adjust this just a little bit, and I think we are good to go. We're going to start with coming towards the front of your mat and bringing your toes together. And this will help in the mindful sit later. I want you to just put a hand on your heart and one on your belly. Take a moment and close your eyes. And crack the biggest smile you've had today. Because if you're able to do this right now, it means that you're alive and you're well. And that's something to really embrace right now, especially in these times. You're able to feel, you're able to move, you're able to see, you're able to speak, you're able to hear, you're able to smell. I mean, that's getting me so excited. I don't want to do this. I want to start doing the boogie woogie celebration dance. But let's get back to this. So a hand on the heart and one on the belly. You're going to start breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. So don't make it anything wild or crazy, but try to really focus on just breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Why? Because nasal breathing does a couple things for you. Really quickly, because we don't have a ton of time. One, it regulates and moderates your nervous system, your circulatory system, and your metabolic system. It also charges you with the oxygen that you need to perform, and it increases VO2 max. So you've got a lot of stuff going on with breathing physically. Mentally, because this is like your emotional survival guide, or kit, should I say, to some degree, breathing calmly and slowly in through the nose, out through the nose, also keeps us centered, rhythmic, grounded. It represents, the breath should represent, when you're stretching and doing this, the same kind of consistent, clear, steady, calm living you want to have off the mat. So we use that breath as a metaphor that way. So here we go. From the hands to the heart and one to the belly, bring your hands together in front of your heart in a prayer-like position. And I guess the prayer is, Eric, please don't kill me, and don't worry, I won't. Here we go. You're going to inhale and circle the arms up over your head. Lift your gaze, suction the belly in a bit, and pick up your rib cage. And then exhale, hinge from the waistline. It doesn't matter how tight you are. It doesn't matter what you can't do. All that matters is what you can do, and you're doing that. You're going to fall forward towards the earth. On an inhale, you're going to lift the chest halfway. And this first sun salutation, on an exhale, you're going to step the right foot back so you're in a runner's stretch. And we're just going to stretch it out just a little bit, rocking to and fro for a minute or so. I just, so to speak, don't worry, we won't be here for a minute. Take another long breath in. And then I hope you don't lose me on video, because this part I forgot to check out as well. Forgive me, I'll be better next time. Step your left foot back. You're going to lower through a push-up with your elbows hugging your rib cage. I think you can see me. I'm going to stay a little higher so you don't lose me. You're going to point your toes to the back of the mat and come onto the tops of your feet. Then press the tops of your feet down, your shins up and your knees off the ground if you can for an up dog. Curl your toes back under and lift your butt to the sky. So basically, the distance between your hands and your feet is probably a little more than a leg length. And you're trying to get your heels down to the ground. And you're firing up your upper body. While you're holding that in place, let's put a little bend to the left leg and tuck our left hip inward. Press down through the right heel and track your right hip back. Say, what? So just bend your knee a little bit. You don't have to get this perfect. And pull your right hip back so you're feeling the stretch through your right rib cage. Then bend the right leg and pull the left hip back, pressing the left heel down. We call this walking the dog a little. And just move through your lower extremities. Give yourself permission to do what feels right and best. And don't worry so much about what this looks like on me or what your limitations are. Just play with it a bit. Good. Come back to down dog. Straighten the legs. Take a breath in. And with an exhale, you're going to step the right foot up between the hands. And then step your left foot up to meet the right. Lift your chest halfway. Exhale, fall forward. Inhale, circle those arms up over your head. And listen closely. Exhale, grab your right wrist, step out to the right, and fall to the left. So just hold it for me. You're in a side stretch and hold it for 5. Come to the ball, that right foot, and really lean out to the left side for 4. Feel all the tiny tissue in your right rib cage stretching for 3. All the way down into your left flank muscles and obliques for 2. And then finish your next exhale, and as best you can, breathe in and step the legs together. Grab your left wrist, step out to the left, and fall to the right. And keep leaning. Try to get your whole right rib cage out over your right hip. And fill those lungs. Big breath in, expansion. And exhale, contraction. Let it all go. Good. Expansion, contraction with the breath, filling and emptying. Beautiful. Now breathe in, step the legs together, arms are still up, and exhale, fall forward, back down into your forward bend. Good afternoon, hamstrings and low back. Breathe in, lift the chest, do your best, and breathe out, step your left foot back, and just rock those hips forward and back for 3, 2, and 1. Step the right foot back now. Lower down through push-up. I don't want you lose me, so I'm going to stay up a little. Come into up dog. Again, point those toes to the back of the room. If you need a modification, you're on your knees coming down through push-up. And from here, curl the toes back under and lift your butt to the sky, down dog. Take a huge breath in like you mean it. And with an exhale, step your left foot up between your hands. You are unshakable, unbreakable, beautiful, and strong. Next exhale, step the right foot up next to the left. Breathe in, lift the chest halfway. Exhale, fall forward, grab the back of your thighs if you need to, and then, or calves, and inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Let's do another side bend. Grab your right wrist, step out to the right, fall to the left. Inhale, step the legs back together. Exhale, go ahead and fall to the right. Inhale, step the legs back together, lift the arms up, breathe in. Exhale through a forward bend. Then inhale, lift the chest, and Spartans, come onto the balls of your feet. Drop your butt down to your heels. Let's play with this. You guys are going to lose me a little bit, but I'm going to actually, because we're not going to go up too much again, I'm going to lower the camera a bit so you can see my mat. We're going to try to jump straight back into low plank. Ground your palms so they're flat. Lean forward and shoot those feet back into low plank. Let's try this again. We're going to jump back forward. You're on the balls of your feet. If you can do a push-up, you can do this. If not, you're working on just jumping back to high plank. So from here again, lean forward. Your head's out over your fingertips. Your elbows start to bend, and you shoot back low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Together, let's lift the left foot to the sky. Keep it up, 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 up. And then with an exhale, step the left foot outside your left pinky finger. So here we go. This is going to be a test of your patience, tolerance, and ability to stay still well in a dynamic stretch. If you can, walk your hands forward. Bow your head down. Close your eyes if possible and hold what we call lizard pose or dragon. Beautiful. So your right knee's off the ground. Your left leg is basically bending at a 90-degree angle. Some of you might need to slide your left foot forward a bit, especially if your knee is beyond your ankle. And you should feel this in your hamstrings, your thigh, in your glutes even, and in your groins. Then start again. If you haven't already, close your eyes. take a moment. Why am I saying close your eyes? It's not that you're going to become some spiritual giant or the Buddha. It's not some special yoga little thing. I ask to close the eyes because often our eyes control us. We don't control our eyes. Our ears control us. We don't control our ears. Our nose controls us. We don't control. In other words, you need to take control over your own organs of perception and action. So a command from you to close your eyes no matter what starts regaining you. It starts to regain the control you have over yourself in case you've lost it in any way. And even if you don't like it, that means your preferences are outpowering you. They're overpowering you. So the ability to just take these directions without any reaction and do them and stay still in them is huge. I know you're shaking. Some of you are aching. Keep breathing. We got 5 more breaths. 4 more breaths. Good. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. Take another breath in. Everybody scream out in your house, hell yeah. And exhale, lower the right knee to the ground. So now you have the right knee to the ground and the left leg is still bending. From here, pull the right heel up and try to grab the right foot with your left hand. If you can't grab it, just hold it up because you'll still create a dynamic stretch through the joints in your right knee, the tendons, and up through your right thigh, and still working on these glutes, the thighs, and the hamstrings. So hold this. If you need more of a stretch, go ahead and lower your right hand, your right forearm down. If you need less, just lower that right foot down. Bring the hands even on your right left thigh and lift your chest or lower and rest your head. And let's hold here. Again, close the eyes, keep your breath flowing, and enjoy the ability to move and to feel. Enjoy the ability to think and to hear. And most of all, enjoy being trapped home with all your kids and your husband. And I don't even want to hear it. You know how many calls I get every week about how badly you wish you could spend time with your kids and your family? And do you know how many calls I've gotten in the last 5 days with people saying, I need to get the hell away from my loved ones and my family? What is it with us? We're begging for one thing, and as soon as we get it, we want the other thing that we just were begging to get away from. So in this stretch, feel that stillness, hold the space, and enjoy where you're at. Because if you're always wanting something other than what's going on, you're always suffering. And we want to put an end to it right now. 4 more breaths. 3 more breaths. 2 more breaths. And 1. Listen closely. We're still working on this left leg. We're going to now slide the left foot over and lower the left knee down. You're going to lift the chest up. And your left knee should be outside your left hip. Your left shin is square to the front of the mat as best you can get it. Unless it's cranking on the knee, then pull the foot in a little more. We're going to pigeon pose, and you're going to walk the hands forward and lower the head down. And again, just sit here and hold. Breathe. You're not trying to not think of anything. You're not trying to think of anything. The point of this is we're stretching the muscle tissue in our body is that on a mental level, we're just present. That's it. If you have cray-cray thoughts shooting through your brain, God bless. You smile and you say, is that so? If you have brilliant thoughts going through your brain, you smile and you say, that's so. Keep that breath flowing. You've got it. Sorry, I'm getting cues from my wife, like left and right back here. She just walked in. And she doesn't understand that we've got another 6 or 7 minutes together, and we'll get this uploaded and to you by 5 p.m. your time, which is 8 p.m. your time, which is 5 mine. So from here, go ahead and walk the hands back, lift the chest up, lift the 2 corners of your mouth up, and from here you're going to curl those right toes under a bit, lift the right knee off the ground, step the left foot back, stretch it back to down dog, and lift the right foot up. And let's start that other side. Step the right foot outside your right pinky finger. So I'll flip it around so you guys can see me a little better. Your right foot is outside the right pinky finger, or just at the edge of your mat. Slide the left knee back a little bit if you want more of a stretch. Pull the left foot up. Grab your left foot with your right hand. Bend that knee. If you want to lower it to the left forearm, please lower that down. If you need to drop the foot and just be here, that's cool. If you need to walk the hands up your leg. But once you've made your adjustments, close the eyes and just soak in it. There's an opportunity, you know this as Spartans when you're racing, that a feeling is just a feeling. If you choose to qualify it and quantify it, you can get hung up with it and it's not going to serve you, especially if you're focusing on the negative feelings. The fact that you are feeling is what to celebrate. Whether it's good, bad, happy, or sad, that's to be celebrated because you're alive and functioning. The rest of it you throw out because ultimately it's not going to serve you. You point yourself to wherever the finish line is and you do everything you can to get there. And if you can't, no big deal. You've done all you can do, and that's what a Spartan is. It's leaving nothing on the table. That's what a yogi is. It's maximizing all your resources and potential. And wherever that winds up taking you is always a great place. From here, again, we're going to now drop the foot down and we're going to go back. So we did a little different on this side. We're going to curl the left toes under, lift the left knee up, and walk the hands forward and bow the head down. Hold that left knee up, and I know it's burning. I know the wheels are turning. But I know what you're earning, and that's a hell of a stretch. So stay in it for 5, 4, don't you run out the door. 3, don't even move even if you have to pee. 2, yes, I know what's going on with you. And one more big breath in, 1, 1, 1, and beautiful, we're done. We drop the left knee down. We slide the right knee across the mat until it lowers down. We lift the chest and grab a little length from the front of our spine, open up the hips a little bit, the hip flexors and the hip socket, the groins, and we walk our hands forward and down, bow the head down. And hold. Beautiful. And I'm doing something that I rarely do. You can ask my family. I'm going to shut up for the next few breaths so you can hear what's going on between your ears. Last couple breaths, soften your face. Try to relax any part of your body that's tight. Remember, your body can be tight, but you're not tight. 2 different things. Your body can be tight, but you're not tight. You're a flexible human being who may have some tight muscle tissue. So don't let the tight muscle tissue tighten you up. Breathe in and start to walk the hands back. Beautiful. And breathe out. Roll onto your right side. Sweep the left foot forward, and let's come into a comfortable seated position where we get into the mindful sit we talked about at the beginning of class. So make yourself nice and comfortable. And for me, I have, my back, I can't even begin to tell you everything wrong with it. My groin is pulled and ripped apart. But I'm making adjustments so that I can sit semi-comfortably. Get yourself situated. If you need to sit on a pillow, if you need to lean against the wall, do so. And then go ahead and close your eyes. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Don't expect the world around you to be quiet for you to do this. What we're learning to do right now is how we quiet ourselves, even in a world of noise. So as the eyes close, I want you to take 10 big breaths. The inhale is big enough where you can fill your belly up with air and actually feel your hand on your belly being pushed away. And then with an exhale, I want you to pull the belly in enough to let go of all that oxygen and feel your hand coming in closer once again. Let's do that 9 more times. Big breath in. Again, big breath in. And let it go. Again, big breath in. 2, 3, 4. Filling. Big breath out. 2, 3, 4. Emptying. Big breath in again. 2, 3, 4. Pausing. And let it go. 2, 3, 4. All in through the nose. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Last 1, 2, 3, 4. That was my timer to let me know we're almost done. And again, I hope that didn't bother you because you're holding a space. You're not worried about what's happening outside of you, just in. And now finally, rest your palms in your lap. Sit up a little taller. Keep the breath going now, just back to a natural, normal breath. Relax the top of your head, your forehead, your nose and eyes, your eyebrows. Soften your lips. Let your tongue rest in your mouth gently. Relax your jaw. Relax your neck. Relax the shoulders. Relax the arms. And stay in this position, if you can, just for the next 2 to 3 minutes. Hold that stillness. And when you choose to awaken from it, simply open your eyes and try to hold this stillness, this quiet inside of you, even if you have to go yell at your kids, scream at your partner, or go on a walk with your dog. This stillness, this clarity, this peace, and this joy is all yours. You don't ever have to give it away to the world. It's yours for the taking. Happy trails, everybody. Peace.